Production.
What is good with DeFi Technology Gang? So here we have a strong, beautiful breakout on the weekly time frame on DeFi Technologies. So in the past few videos, I highlighted the pennant that was developing, why I thought it was so bullish, and kind of how it relates to, altcoins, what they're doing, the company itself is doing in terms of altcoins and creating ETFs, and why I think that's bullish. I want to highlight this. So again, think of this from a broader perspective. Like the entire crypto industry is somewhere around, I think, $2 trillion. Let's make it easy, right? It's somewhere around 2 trillion. If you think in the coming years, this whole entire asset class is going to go to 5, 10, 20, 30 trillion dollars over the next, 10, 20, 30 years, call it. You got to think of this from a broader perspective and kind of think ahead of what could potentially come, right? I do think that, as regulations kind of ease in North America and, the game of, because what I think is eventually going to happen is there's going to be a nationwide game of who's going to adopt crypto the fastest, who's going to use it the smartest. So you're going to see Asia, Europe, the Middle East, everywhere around the world, North America, you're going to see all of us kind of, in a sense, battle for dominance when it comes to the crypto space. So these nations that, are the most accepting, the most forward looking, and the most open armed when it comes to crypto are going to push this the hardest. And I do think that, North America is going to come along with that. We just started with the Bitcoin ETFs, but I do think slowly as things change over the years, we are going to see, potentially DeFi, potentially names like Galaxy get uplisted onto these major North American exchanges. And I think that, a big trade idea here is getting in on these names before that uplisting does happen. So again, let's get into this from a technical perspective. I don't want to rant too much about that. If you do want to hear more about the fundamentals, I'm going to post again down below in the comments. Look into this conversation that I had with Russell STARR. He is the former CEO and currently the head of the capital markets of DeFi Technologies. We went over a lot of details regarding what DeFi is doing in the space that not many other companies are doing. How well they're trying to be positioned from a macro perspective, and a few projects that they've got upcoming that they're working on. So it's a very interesting conversation, and I think that it's a good look for investors. So again, from a technical perspective, right, it's very clear this zone, I'm going to highlight this zone. Why I think this is significant is because you have a strong support area. We break below it, we acted as resistance. We're right in this range, and it's acting as support. It's gorgeous looking right now. This name, beautiful pennant developed. We get the weekly breakout on 3 times the average weekly volume. We go in on the daily time frame. Let's look at this day, right? This is April 4th. April 4th alone, we had around 7 times the average volume come in just on this day. So what that's telling us is that we got some buying coming in, and this is what we want to see. And why I think that's going to continue is because my bigger thesis of this name is that it's lagging Solana. So if we look at Solana, very similar pattern, very, very similar chart setup. You look at Solana, it has the breakout, and it has 2 strong weeks of continuation to the upside. Right now, when we look at Solana from this perspective here, it looks like after this breakout, it's starting to develop another base at higher prices. Again, most importantly is the breakout of this large pennant or ascending triangle that we see here. Now, when we look at DeFi Technologies, very similar. We have the first breakout. What we're going to be looking from a weekly perspective is the continuous volume, and where can we look, right, for another period of consolidation? What I think we could do here is look at the volume profile and try to get an idea of what's happening. So I'm going to take this off of the log chart, go to regular, zoom in quite a lot here because the stock's price is quite low compared to a logarithmic perspective. But what I'm looking at here is a very significant area. This is around the $1.50 range. Look at the volume. We're going to look into this a little bit deeper here. The volume profile is indicating to us there's not much volume above. So we might stall at 150, but after that, if crypto keeps pumping, this could be a name a lot higher than previous all-time highs. That's the breakdown, guys. Peace. Have a nice weekend.